Did you know that something many people consider safe and convenient in their daily routine could actually be seriously harming your health, especially after the age of 70? That's right. Doctors and experts are warning. A very common food, which many seniors always keep in their freezer, is linked to a higher risk of cancer and even dementia. This isn't exaggeration or a rumor. Recent studies show that certain chemical substances released during the freezing process or prolonged storage can directly affect your brain and cells, accelerating aging and increasing the risk of serious diseases. And the scariest part, you probably consume this food without even realizing it, thinking you're making a healthy and practical choice. But in reality, it may be silently sabotaging your health, day after day. In this video, I will reveal what this dangerous food is, why it is so harmful after 70, and most importantly, how you can protect your brain and body without giving up convenience in the kitchen. Stay with me until the end because I'll also share safe and surprising alternatives that can replace this food while supporting longevity and mental health. And if you already consume this type of food, pay close attention. Every detail I reveal here could change the way you look at your diet and your health from today onward. Before we start, I want you to do one quick thing. Comment 1 if you already have this food in your freezer, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to know this. Part 1. The frozen food that can destroy your health after 70. The food that doctors are warning about is frozen, ultra-processed foods. Yes, those ready-to-eat meals, nuggets, frozen lasagnas, pizzas, and even some industrialized vegetables that many seniors consider convenient for daily life. At first glance, they seem harmless. After all, you just pop them in the oven or microwave and have a quick and tasty meal. But here's the problem. During production and freezing, these foods receive preservatives, stabilizers, and chemical additives that can be extremely harmful to health, especially after the age of 70. Recent studies show that regular consumption of these foods is linked to a significant increase in the risk of cancer, especially colon and stomach cancer, due to compounds formed during processing and prolonged storage. But that's not all. Research also indicates that these foods can affect brain health, increasing inflammation and accelerating memory loss. This means that the more you consume, the higher the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. And why does this affect older adults more? As we age, our bodies lose part of the ability to eliminate toxins and process harmful chemicals. The immune system weakens, and brain cells become more vulnerable. This makes consuming these foods much more dangerous after 70. Additionally, many of these products have high levels of sodium, trans fats, and sugar, which overload the heart, kidneys, and metabolism, further increasing the risk of chronic diseases that accelerate aging. So, if you have the habit of relying on these frozen foods for convenience, it's time to rethink. Small changes can make a huge difference in your health and longevity. And to not miss the best healthy and practical alternatives that I'll show in the next parts, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. This helps you and also others who want to protect their health after 70. Part 2. How to identify the worst frozen foods and choose safe options. Now that you know many frozen foods can be dangerous after the age of 70, it's time to learn how to identify them and choose truly safe alternatives. The first step is to carefully read the label. Products with many chemical additives, preservatives, artificial colors, and flavorings should be avoided. The more ingredients you don't recognize or can't pronounce, the higher the chance they are harmful. Another warning is for foods with high levels of sodium, sugar, and trans fats. These three elements are the biggest villains for the heart, brain, and kidneys, especially in older adults. Even if the product is labeled fit or light, always check the nutritional facts. Avoid foods that undergo intense processing, such as nuggets, sausages, industrial pizzas, and ready-to-eat frozen meals. They contain not only additives but also compounds formed during heating that can generate toxic substances. So, What can you eat without guilt? Choose fresh or frozen vegetables without additives, natural fish and meats, and whole grains. If it's frozen, prefer products that are simple, natural, without artificial seasonings, and low in fat or salt. A practical tip is to prepare homemade portions and freeze them yourself. This way, you keep convenience without compromising your health. For example, steamed vegetables, roasted meats, and homemade soups can be frozen and eaten in the coming days without risk. Remember, small daily changes can make a huge difference. Reducing the consumption of these processed foods not only protects your brain and body, but also improves your energy and quality of life. Before moving on to the next part, I want you to do something quick. Comment below which frozen foods you usually consume. That way, we can learn together and help each other make safer choices. Part 3. How frozen foods harm the brain after 70. Have you ever wondered why some older people experience faster memory loss, difficulty concentrating, and even early signs of dementia? A large part of this may be related to diet, especially frequent consumption of ultra-processed frozen foods. These foods contain chemicals and preservatives that increase inflammation in the body. When inflammation reaches the brain, it disrupts communication between neurons, making it harder to remember names, dates, and even simple daily tasks. Additionally, many of these products have high levels of sugar and unhealthy fats, which promote the accumulation of plaques and toxins in the brain, factors directly linked to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Another critical point is that older adults generally have a slower metabolism and a reduced ability to eliminate toxins. This means the harmful effects of these foods accumulate over time, increasingly affecting memory and brain health. And don't think that only large quantities cause problems. Even small amounts, if consumed regularly, can harm the brain over the years. Daily repetition of these habits is what really makes the difference. That's why replacing ultra-processed frozen foods with fresh or additive-free frozen alternatives is essential. This change protects your brain, improves memory, and can significantly reduce the risk of dementia. Now I want you to do something quick. In the comments, share if you've noticed any memory effects related to your diet. This helps all of us learn and take better care of our brain health. Part 4. How to replace harmful frozen foods without losing convenience. Now that you know the risks, the big question is, how can you keep convenience in the kitchen without putting your health at risk? The good news is there are simple and effective alternatives. First, choose natural frozen foods without additives. Many supermarkets offer frozen vegetables, fruits, and even some cuts of meat without preservatives. These products retain nutrients and can be prepared quickly, so you don't lose time or quality. Another strategy is meal prepping and freezing yourself. Cooking once a week, portioning into containers, and freezing allows you to have quick and safe meals on hand. Soups, roasted meats, steamed vegetables, and even whole grain dishes can be prepared this way. You can also invest in quick cooking methods, such as steaming, air frying, or using an electric pressure cooker. These preserve nutrients and reduce the need for industrialized seasonings or processed products. Additionally, prioritize fresh and nutritious foods whenever possible. Fruits, vegetables, eggs, fish, and lean meats are excellent allies for brain and physical health after 70. A practical tip is to plan your weekly menu, including at least one completely fresh meal per day and replacing ultra-processed meals with these homemade or natural alternatives. This way, you maintain convenience while protecting your memory, heart, and longevity. Before moving on to the next part, I want you to comment below which of these strategies you already use or plan to start applying. This helps everyone learn and share ideas for healthier eating. Part 5. Signs of improvement when you replace ultra-processed frozen foods. When you start reducing ultra-processed frozen foods and replace them with fresh or natural options, your body and brain begin to show signs of improvement quickly. One of the first signs is more energy throughout the day. Without the excess chemicals and sugars, your metabolism works better, and you feel less fatigue and drowsiness after meals. Another important change is improved memory and concentration. With less inflammation in the brain, communication between neurons becomes more efficient, and simple daily tasks become easier to perform. You may also notice better digestion and less bloating, thanks to the reduction of preservatives, unhealthy fats, and sodium. This contributes to an overall feeling of well-being and lightness. Additionally, your mood tends to improve. Ultra-processed foods affect neurotransmitters that regulate happiness and motivation. By replacing them with natural foods, you help your brain produce substances that increase energy and reduce irritability. And of course, the risks of serious diseases, such as cancer and heart problems, decrease in the long term, because you are eliminating toxins and harmful compounds from your body. If you apply these changes, you'll notice that small daily choices make a big difference in your health, memory, and quality of life after 70. Now I want you to comment below which of these changes you will start applying first. Remember, every step counts, and it's never too late to take care of your health. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content that will help you live better, with more energy and a sharper memory. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next Elder Journey video.